There was an era when kitchens were colorful, cozy, and packed with gadgets that made life easier and a little groovier. From Corelle dinnerware to quirky contraptions like Tupperware that promised to revolutionize cooking, these were the beloved kitchen staples every 70s household proudly displayed. Get ready to take a nostalgic trip down memory lane as we revisit 15 iconic kitchen items every 1970s home had. Electric fondue. Set in the 1970s, the electric fondue set wasn't just an appliance, it was the life of the party. As dinner parties and social gatherings became all the rage, nothing said modern and sophisticated quite like a bubbling pot of melted cheese or rich chocolate. With its sleek, plug-in design, the electric fondue set brought people together around the table, encouraging guests to dip everything from bread cubes to fresh fruit on long, skinny forks. It wasn't just about the food, it was about the experience. Whether you were swirling a cube of bread through gooey Gruyere or coating a strawberry in velvety chocolate, fondue felt like an event. The beauty of the electric fondue set was its convenience. Unlike traditional stovetop versions, it maintained a consistent temperature, so you didn't have to worry about your cheese burning or your chocolate turning into a lumpy mess. Some sets even came in bold, bright colors, avocado green, burnt orange, or harvest gold, that perfectly matched the decade's groovy aesthetic. But as the 80s rolled in, fondue's popularity began to fade. Busy lifestyles and the rise of microwaves meant fewer people had the time or patience to gather around a pot of melted goodness. The electric fondue set slowly became a relic of a more communal, leisurely time. Today, fondue is making a modest comeback thanks to retro nostalgia and a renewed love for interactive dining experiences. While modern versions of the electric fondue set are sleeker and more efficient, they still capture the same spirit of fun and togetherness. So if you ever stumble across a vintage electric fondue set at a thrift store, grab it. You might just bring a little 70s magic back to your next gathering. Corelle dinnerware. If you stepped into any 1970s kitchen, chances are you'd find a stack of Corelle dinnerware proudly displayed in the cabinets. These lightweight yet remarkably durable dishes became an instant sensation when they hit the market in 1970. Made from a unique material called vitrelle, a triple-layered glass laminate, Corelle was marketed as virtually unbreakable, perfect for busy households and clumsy hands alike. Beyond its strength, Corelle stood out for its stylish designs. The 70s saw patterns like butterfly gold, spring blossom green, and Old Town blue become must-haves, their retro florals and geometric motifs adding a pop of personality to every meal. Unlike bulky ceramic plates, Corelle was thin, easy to stack, and resistant to chipping, making it a space-saving dream for small kitchens. So what happened to Corelle? Unlike many 1970s kitchen staples, Corelle didn't fade into obscurity. It evolved. While its popularity peaked in the 70s and 80s, the brand never disappeared. Instead, it adapted to changing tastes, introducing new patterns and expanding into modern designs. Vintage Corelle, however, remains a nostalgic favorite, with collectors scouring thrift stores and online marketplaces for original pieces. Despite its staying power, Corelle did face one controversy. Older Corelle dishes, especially those made before 2005, were found to contain traces of lead and some decorative patterns, leading to safety concerns. Still, for many, Corelle remains an enduring symbol of 1970s kitchens, sturdy, stylish, and built to last. Whether you're using a brand new set or sipping coffee from a vintage butterfly gold mug, Corelle continues to serve up nostalgia one plate at a time. Presto Hot Dogger. In the wild world of 1970s kitchen gadgets, the Presto Hot Dogger was a true standout. This quirky appliance promised to deliver the perfect hot dog in a matter of minutes, without boiling water or firing up the grill. How did it work? Pure kitchen wizardry and a little bit of science. The hot dogger used electric current to zap your hot dogs, cooking them from the inside out by passing electricity directly through the meat. It could cook up to 6 hot dogs at a time, making it a fast, fuss-free way to satisfy your craving for a quick snack. At the time, it felt like the future of fast food right in your own kitchen. No pots to clean, no waiting around, just pop in your hot dogs, flip the switch, and watch as they sizzled to perfection. For busy families and gadget lovers alike, the Presto Hot Dogger was a must-have countertop companion. But as futuristic and fun as it seemed, the hot dogger had its drawbacks. Cooking with electric currents didn't exactly deliver gourmet results. Hot dogs came out with an odd texture and an occasional burnt smell. Safety concerns also raised eyebrows. Running electricity through food? That felt more like mad scientist than home chef. By the 1980s, microwaves and toaster ovens became the go-to appliances for quick cooking, leaving the Presto Hot Dogger to fade into obscurity. Today, it's a nostalgic relic of a time when kitchen innovation knew no bounds. Collectors still hunt for these vintage oddities, and if you ever spot one at a garage sale, you've stumbled upon a sizzling piece of kitchen history. Although it may not have changed the culinary world, the Presto Hot Dogger definitely earned its place in the Hall of Retro Kitchen fame. Bun warmer long before air fryers and smart ovens took over modern kitchens, the humble bun warmer was a must-have appliance in every 1970s home. This quirky yet practical device was designed to do one thing and do it well: keep hamburger and hot dog buns warm, soft, and ready for any backyard barbecue or family dinner. Shaped like a small sleek box or a rounded dome, bun warmers typically sat proudly on the kitchen counter. They use gentle electric heat to keep bread products at the perfect temperature without drying them out or turning them into toast. Many models even came with multiple compartments, allowing you to warm buns while prepping other parts of the meal. In an era when entertainment was all the rage, this appliance was a lifesaver for keeping food warm and guests happy. Bun warmers weren't just for cookouts, they made an appearance at breakfast tables too, keeping dinner rolls or English muffins toasty while the coffee brewed. Some designs even matched the era's signature aesthetic, with bold avocado green, burnt orange, or harvest gold finishes to complement other kitchen gadgets. So what happened to the beloved bun warmer? As microwaves became household staples in the 1980s, the need for single-use appliances like these faded. The convenience of quickly reheating buns in seconds made the dedicated bun warmer a nostalgic relic of a more leisurely time. While you might not find one in today's kitchens, vintage enthusiasts and collectors still seek out these retro appliances for their charm and functionality. After all, there's something undeniably comforting about a warm, pillowy bun, and the bun warmer delivered that in style. Pyrex mixing bowls and bakeware. In the 1970s, no kitchen was complete without a dazzling collection of Pyrex mixing bowls and bakeware. Known for their durability, versatility, and eye-catching designs, these kitchen staples were as practical as they were stylish. Pyrex wasn't just another set of bowls, it was a household hero, capable of handling everything from mixing cake batter to baking casseroles and even serving dinner straight from the oven. What set 1970s Pyrex apart was its vibrant patterned exteriors. Bold florals, cheerful daisies, and earthy hues like avocado green, golden yellow, and burnt orange perfectly captured the decade's groovy aesthetic. Whether tucked inside a kitchen cabinet or proudly displayed on a countertop, these colorful pieces added personality to everyday cooking. Beyond their good looks, Pyrex was beloved for its tough-as-nails durability. Made from borosilicate glass in earlier versions, these bowls and baking dishes could withstand extreme temperatures, moving seamlessly from freezer to oven without cracking. Families relied on them for every meal, and their near indestructibility meant they often lasted for decades. So what became of these retro kitchen classics? While Pyrex is still a kitchen mainstay today, the designs have changed. In the late 1990s, the company shifted to using tempered soda-lime glass instead of borosilicate, sparking debates about durability. Meanwhile, vintage Pyrex from the 1970s has become a hot collector's item, with rare patterns fetching hundreds of dollars online. Many people still treasure hand-me-down pieces, passing them from generation to generation as a symbol of family tradition. Whether you remember baking with them or just love their retro charm, 1970s Pyrex mixing bowls and bakeware remain a shining symbol of a time when kitchens were filled with bold colors, big flavors, and a whole lot of heart. Peanut butter machine. Back in the day, the peanut butter machine was a kitchen marvel that promised to deliver fresh, homemade peanut butter with the press of a button. Long before all natural became a buzzword, these countertop contraptions allowed families to grind their own peanuts, customizing texture and taste. It was the ultimate DIY solution for peanut butter lovers. No preservatives, no additives, just pure nutty goodness. These machines were as simple as they were fascinating. You'd pour roasted peanuts into the top, and through a combination of grinding plates and a powerful motor, creamy or crunchy peanut butter would ooze out below. For health-conscious households, the peanut butter machine felt like a futuristic tool, offering a wholesome alternative to the sugary, oil-laden jars lining grocery store shelves. Plus, there was a certain charm in watching peanuts transform into a warm, fragrant spread right before your eyes. So, what happened to this nutty invention? By the 1980s, mass-produced natural peanut butter became more accessible, making homemade versions less of a novelty. The machines themselves, bulky and a bit messy, fell out of favor as convenience took over. As kitchen gadgets evolved, the peanut butter machine was quietly shelved in favor of sleek, multi-purpose food processors that could grind everything from nuts to spices. Today, the peanut butter machine is a cherished relic of a more hands-on culinary era. While you won't find one in most modern kitchens, vintage models occasionally pop up on auction sites, drawing nostalgic foodies eager to recreate that homemade magic. In a world obsessed with artisanal and small-batch everything, perhaps the humble peanut butter machine was just ahead of its time. Proof that some retro gadgets deserve a second chance to shine. Super Shooter. The Super Shooter was the ultimate kitchen sidekick for holiday baking and year-round treats. This electric cookie press and food decorator transformed the tedious task of shaping the dough into a quick, fun experience. With the push of a button, it effortlessly piped out perfectly shaped cookies. Whether you wanted classic spritz, festive holiday designs, or even savory cheese crackers. It wasn't just for cookies. Home bakers used it to fill deviled eggs, decorate cakes, and even craft homemade pasta. What made the Super Shooter a household favorite was its ease of use. Gone were the days of wrestling with manual cookie presses. This battery-operated wonder made baking feel futuristic. The interchangeable discs and decorator tips allowed for endless creativity, making it a must-have for any kitchen countertop. Throughout the 1970s and into the 80s, the Super Shooter became a holiday baking staple. Families gathered to crank out batch after batch of cookies, and for many, no Christmas season was complete without it. Its cheerful retro design and plastic carrying case became as much a part of holiday traditions as tinsel on the tree. So, what happened to this beloved gadget? As the years rolled on, newer kitchen appliances with sleeker designs and advanced technology slowly edged out the Super Shooter. By the 1990s, it faded from store shelves, leaving fans to scour garage sales and online marketplaces for vintage models. Though discontinued, the Super Shooter remains a cherished memory for those who grew up with its whirring sound filling the kitchen. Today, retro enthusiasts and seasoned bakers still hunt for working models, eager to recapture a taste of their childhood. For those lucky enough to still have one, the Super Shooter isn't just an appliance, it's a time machine for simpler, sweeter days. Tupperware bright, bold, and built to last, Tupperware was the ultimate kitchen essential that no household could live without. These airtight plastic containers weren't just for leftovers. They symbolized convenience and modern living. With their signature burp seal, Tupperware kept everything fresher for longer, from last night's casserole to mom's famous potato salad. Their rainbow of pastel colors and sleek stackable designs made kitchen organization feel downright futuristic. But Tupperware wasn't just about storage, it was a social phenomenon. The legendary Tupperware parties turned living rooms into mini showrooms, where enthusiastic hosts demonstrated the magic of these plastic wonders, while guests sipped coffee and swapped gossip. For many women, selling Tupperware wasn't just a hobby, it was a gateway to financial independence and a sense of community. As the decades rolled on, Tupperware's dominance began to fade. By the 2000s, cheaper plastic alternatives flooded the market, and changing lifestyles meant fewer people were spending hours in the kitchen. Even the iconic Tupperware parties became a rare sight, replaced by online shopping and modern convenience. Still, Tupperware never truly disappeared. Today, it holds a nostalgic charm, with vintage pieces fetching high prices among collectors who crave that retro flair. While the brand has faced ups and downs, Tupperware remains a household name, reminding us of a time when a simple plastic container could promise freshness, friendship, and a slice of the American dream. Electric knife, sleek, buzzing, and oddly futuristic, the electric knife was a must-have kitchen gadget that promised to make slicing and carving effortless. With just the push of a button, its dual serrated blades would glide through everything from Thanksgiving turkey to crusty loaves of bread. No more struggling with dull knives or uneven cuts. This electric wonder made you feel like a kitchen pro. Home cooks loved the electric knife for its speed and precision, especially during big family gatherings. Carving the holiday roast became a performance, with the soft hum of the motor and perfectly uniform slices impressing guests at the dinner table. It wasn't just for meat either. This handy tool could tackle delicate cakes, dense cheeses, and even foam cushions for the DIY enthusiasts out there. But as the years rolled on, the electric knife's star began to fade. Traditional knives improved in quality and became easier to maintain, while newer kitchen gadgets stole the spotlight. Many home cooks realized that a sharp chef's knife could handle most cutting tasks without the extra noise or hassle of an electric model. By the 1990s, the electric knife was no longer a kitchen essential. It became more of a quirky relic from a bygone era. Electric knives still exist today, but they've largely disappeared from everyday use. They occasionally resurface during holiday carving sessions or for specialized tasks, but they no longer hold the same futuristic appeal. For those who grew up in the 1970s, however, the electric knife remains a nostalgic symbol of a time when technology promised to make every household chore just a little bit easier and a lot more fun. Food slicer. Before fancy electronic gadgets took over, the humble food slicer was a kitchen powerhouse. This hand-cranked or electric marvel made slicing everything from deli meats to fresh bread a breeze. Whether it was prepping cold cuts for a party platter or achieving the perfect slice of cheddar, food slicers were the go-to tool for precise, uniform cuts. With their sturdy metal frames and sleek chrome finishes, they weren't just practical, they were a symbol of a modern, efficient kitchen. Home cooks loved the control food slicers offered. Adjustable blades allowed for paper-thin slices or thick, hearty cuts, making them versatile for any culinary need. Brands like Oster and General Electric were household favorites, offering countertop models that felt like having a mini deli right at home. Families could buy large cuts of meat, slice them fresh, and save money. A win-win during the economic ups and downs of the decade. But as time marched on, food slicers began to fade from everyday kitchens. Pre-packaged, pre-sliced foods became more convenient and widely available, reducing the need for an at-home slicer. Plus, these machines were heavy, took up precious counter space, and required careful cleaning, an extra chore many were happy to avoid. By the 1980s and beyond, food slicers became more of a specialty tool than a kitchen essential. Today, they're a rare sight outside serious food enthusiasts' homes or retro appliance collectors. Yet, for those who remember the satisfying hum of the blade and the joy of slicing fresh ingredients just right, the food slicer remains a nostalgic symbol of a time when home cooking was hands-on, homemade, and deliciously precise. Modular Mates, long before minimalist pantries and perfectly organized cabinets became Instagram-worthy goals, Modular Mates were quietly revolutionizing kitchen storage. These stackable, airtight containers were a staple in 1970s homes, promising to keep dry goods fresh while taming the chaos of crowded cupboards. Whether it was flour, sugar, or cereal, these plastic wonders offered a sleek, uniform way to store pantry essentials. Their modular design meant you could mix and match sizes to fit any shelf, making them a dream for homemakers who wanted both form and function. But Modular Mates were more than just practical. They were part of a cultural phenomenon. Sold through lively Tupperware parties, these containers weren't just about storage, they were a social event. Friends and neighbors gathered in living rooms, swapping recipes while admiring the latest kitchen innovations. If you owned a complete set of Modular Mates, you weren't just organized, you were ahead of the curve. So, what became of these iconic kitchen saviors? While the avocado green and harvest gold hues of the 1970s have faded, the concept has stood the test of time. Tupperware still produces updated versions of Modular Mates, keeping their legacy alive in modern kitchens. However, the days of Tupperware parties are mostly a memory, replaced by online shopping and influencer-led kitchen trends. Still, for those who grew up with a pantry full of Modular Mates, they remain a symbol of a simpler, tidier time, proof that great design never truly goes out of style. Whether tucked in the back of a vintage-loving collector's cabinet or showcased in a retro-themed kitchen, Modular Mates continue to hold a special place in the hearts and cupboards of those who remember their magic popcorn popper. Before the age of microwave popcorn bags, there was a kitchen hero that turned movie nights into an actual event, the electric popcorn popper. This countertop wonder was a staple in 1970s homes, transforming humble kernels into fluffy, buttery goodness in minutes. With its clear plastic dome and whirring motor, the popper let you watch the magic happen as the kernels danced and popped to life. It wasn't just an appliance, it was an experience. The unmistakable aroma of freshly popped corn would fill the house, signaling that it was time to gather around for a family movie marathon or a late-night snack session. Most popcorn poppers from this era used hot air or heated oil to pop the kernels, giving snack lovers the freedom to customize their treat with as much butter and salt as their hearts desired. Brands like West Bend and Presto led the charge, producing machines that became as common on kitchen counters as coffee makers. And for those who wanted to feel like a movie theater concessionaire, there were even models that mimicked the classic popcorn carts with bold red accents and all. As the 1980s rolled in, the rise of the microwave changed everything. Convenient, prepackaged popcorn bags became the go-to, and the once beloved popcorn popper slowly faded from the spotlight. While modern versions still exist, especially for popcorn purists who swear by the superior taste, the golden age of the standalone popcorn popper belongs to the 70s. Today, vintage models are prized collectibles for retro enthusiasts, offering both a blast from the past and a better-than-microwave popcorn experience. Though they may no longer be kitchen essentials, one thing is certain: no microwave bag can quite capture the joy of watching kernels pop in a classic 70s popcorn popper. Electric ice cream freezer. Before sleek store-bought pints took over freezers, homemade ice cream was a family affair, and the electric ice cream freezer was the star of the show. This kitchen marvel transformed the age-old hand-churning process into a breeze, making it easier than ever to whip up rich, creamy desserts right at home. With a simple push of a button, the electric motor did all the hard work, churning fresh ingredients into frozen perfection. Whether it was a classic vanilla for Sunday supper or a wild experimental flavor like pineapple mint, these machines brought a touch of magic to family gatherings. Unlike the clunky manual ice cream makers of the past, electric models offered a modern convenience that fit perfectly with the 70s spirit of innovation. Many designs featured colorful plastic casings in avocado green, harvest gold, or burnt orange, staples of the decade's vibrant aesthetic. The process was simple but rewarding. Pour in your ingredients, add ice and rock salt to the outer chamber, and let the motor do its thing. The anticipation built as the machine hummed along, filling the kitchen with the promise of homemade sweetness. As the years rolled on, electric ice cream freezers slowly faded from the spotlight. Prepackaged ice cream became more affordable and available in endless varieties, making homemade batches feel like more work than they were worth. While modern ice cream makers still exist, sleeker and quieter than their 70s predecessors, they've become more of a novelty than a kitchen essential. Yet for those who remember the hum of the motor and the joy of a fresh homemade scoop on a hot summer day, the electric ice cream freezer holds a special place in culinary history. It wasn't just about dessert, it was about creating memories, one delicious batch at a time. Wonderlier bowls. Long before sleek glass containers and airtight silicone lids took over, Wonderlier bowls reigned supreme in every 1970s kitchen. These vibrant, stackable plastic bowls weren't just storage. They were a symbol of household efficiency and Tupperware's genius. With their signature pastel hues, think sunshine yellow, soft avocado green, and bold orange, these bowls brightened countertops and promised a fresh, organized kitchen. What made Wonderlier bowls so special? It was all about their revolutionary burp seal. With a simple press in the center and a satisfying pop of air release, the lid locked in freshness like no other container. Whether you were storing last night's casserole, mixing up a batch of Jell-O salad, or keeping leftovers safe, these bowls did it all. Plus, they were nearly indestructible, perfect for a bustling household full of family dinners and after-school snack. But Wonderlier bowls weren't just practical. They were a social event. Tupperware parties became the ultimate way to snag a set while enjoying an afternoon of gossip and goodies with friends. These gatherings were more than sales pitches. They were a cultural phenomenon, empowering women as both customers and entrepreneurs. So what became of these beloved kitchen icons? While you won't find them in modern stores, Wonderlier bowls never fully disappeared. Vintage lovers still hunt down complete sets at thrift shops and online marketplaces, craving their retro charm and timeless durability. Tupperware itself has evolved, offering updated designs, but nothing quite captures the nostalgic magic of those original Wonderlier bowls. For those lucky enough to still have a set tucked away, these bowls aren't just kitchenware, they're a tangible slice of 1970s history. Still ready to serve up a little taste of the past, Waffler Few kitchen gadgets bring back the smell of sweet buttery nostalgia, quite like the classic Waffler. This countertop champion wasn't just a machine, it was a weekend tradition. Families gathered around on lazy Sunday mornings as the Waffler worked its magic, transforming simple batter into golden, crispy waffles with deep pockets perfect for holding syrup, melted butter, or a generous dollop of whipped cream. Unlike today's sleek, multifunctional appliances, vintage Wafflers had a personality of their own. With their shiny chrome exteriors and sturdy no-frills design, they were built to last. Many models even featured bold colors like harvest gold and burnt orange, signature shades of the 70s. Some Wafflers were simple plug-in devices, while others pulled double duty, flipping over to grill sandwiches or press paninis before panini presses were even a thing. At the heart of its charm was the ritual, pouring the batter, hearing the satisfying sizzle as the plates clamped shut, and waiting for that telltale ding made breakfast an experience. Whether you liked your waffles light and fluffy or crisp and golden, the Waffler delivered every time. So what became of this beloved appliance? As kitchen technology evolved, Wafflers began to fade from the spotlight. The rise of frozen waffles offered quick convenience, while newer gadgets took over valuable counter space. Yet for those who remember the joy of homemade waffles, the Waffler remains an enduring symbol of comfort and togetherness. Today, vintage Wafflers are hot collectibles, with retro enthusiasts scouring thrift stores and online marketplaces for these chrome-plated treasures. And while modern waffle makers offer more bells and whistles, nothing quite captures the charm or the taste of a classic Waffler working its magic in a 70s kitchen. There you go. Which of these items was your favorite while growing up? Let us know in the comment section below.
Do you ever feel nostalgic for the kitchens of the 70s? In this video, we're uncovering 25 forgotten 1970s kitchen items that once defined every home. Many of these essentials have disappeared, but they were at the center of daily life. From avocado-colored blenders to fondue sets, these forgotten tools will stir up memories of family dinners and weekend gatherings. Stick around. Who knows, the last one might still be hiding in your attic. Avocado green blenders. Avocado green blenders were a fixture in nearly every 1970s kitchen, blending right in, no pun intended, with the earth tone decor that dominated the decade. These blenders, typically made by brands like Oster or Hamilton Beach, didn't just stand out because of their functionality, they were a statement piece. The bold avocado green color matched the popular shades of kitchen appliances at the time, like harvest gold and burnt orange, creating a harmonious, nature-inspired palette. You probably remember using one of these to whip up everything from smoothies to milkshakes, or maybe even a batch of pancake batter on a Saturday morning. The solid build of these blenders meant they could take on just about anything you threw in, and they seemed indestructible. Many people passed their avocado green blender down through the family, as these durable machines often lasted for decades. Whether you got yours from a department store like Sears, or it was a wedding gift, that iconic green color became synonymous with 70s kitchens. Even if you didn't think twice about it back then, seeing one today probably takes you right back to those moments of blending up something delicious for family or friends. Fondue sets. Fondue sets were an essential part of 1970s kitchen culture, turning dinner into a fun, interactive event. Whether it was cheese, chocolate, or even hot oil for cooking meats, fondue was the perfect way to gather everyone around the table. These sets typically included a pot, a stand with a burner, and long forks for dipping, making every meal feel like a party. If you were hosting a get-together or family dinner, breaking out the fondue set instantly elevated the occasion. Do you remember how fondue sets became the go-to for entertaining? Many families bought theirs at department stores like JCPenney or even picked one up through a catalog. The experience of slowly dipping bread or fruit into the bubbling cheese or chocolate was as much about socializing as it was about eating. For a while, no dinner party was complete without a fondue pot at the center of the table. Fondue wasn't just a food trend, it reflected the 70s love for communal, laid-back dining experiences. The set often came in bold colors like orange or brown, fitting in with the decade's earthy tones. Seeing one now might just remind you of evenings filled with laughter, melted cheese, and a bit of nostalgia. Harvest Gold Toasters. Harvest Gold toasters were a kitchen staple in the 1970s, perfectly complementing the earth-toned appliances of the era. This bright mustard yellow color wasn't just limited to toasters. You'd see it on fridges, stoves, and mixers too. Brands like Sunbeam and General Electric embraced this bold shade, making it a must-have in kitchens across America. The toaster in particular stood proudly on countertops, adding a pop of color to everyday breakfast routines. If you had one of these toasters, you likely remember the satisfying click and the warm aroma of toast filling the kitchen every morning. Whether you were toasting bread for breakfast or warming up bagels for a weekend brunch, this little appliance saw plenty of use. Its durability meant it could last for years, often becoming a trusty companion for family breakfasts. You probably picked one up at a local department store like Sears or Kmart, where it was featured alongside other Harvest Gold appliances. It wasn't just a practical tool, it was part of the overall aesthetic that defined 70s kitchens. That cheerful pop of gold made mornings a little brighter, and seeing one now might just take you back to the days of buttered toast and simple, cozy mornings. Electric knife. The electric knife was a cutting-edge kitchen gadget in the 1970s. Literally. With its sleek, space-age design, this tool became the go-to for slicing everything from roast beef to homemade bread with ease. Brands like Black & Decker and GE popularized these electric knives, and you could find them in almost every home, usually purchased from department stores like Montgomery Ward or Sears. They were a common sight during family holiday dinners or big gatherings, where perfectly carved meats were a must. You probably remember the buzz of the knife as it effortlessly sliced through turkey or ham, saving time and ensuring neat, even pieces. It wasn't just about efficiency. The electric knife added a bit of excitement to kitchen prep, and let's be honest, there was something satisfying about using it. The tool usually came with interchangeable blades, making it versatile for both meats and breads. For many families, the electric knife was more than just a gadget. It was a symbol of modern convenience in the kitchen, bringing a sense of innovation to everyday meals. Though it's not as common today, hearing that familiar whirring sound might still take you back to those big family dinners where this tool stole the show. Butter warmers. Butter warmers were a popular kitchen accessory in the 1970s, especially for families who loved hosting dinner parties or indulging in seafood feasts. These small, charming pots, usually made of ceramic or stainless steel, were designed to keep butter melted and warm, ready for dipping lobster, crab, or even bread. They often came in sets with tiny candle burners underneath, keeping the butter at the perfect temperature throughout the meal. You probably remember seeing butter warmers brought out for special occasions, turning a regular meal into something a little more luxurious. Whether it was a seafood night or simply serving warm bread at the dinner table, these warmers added a touch of elegance. Many families bought them at local department stores like Macy's or found them in home goods catalogs. They came in a variety of styles, from simple and functional to more decorative designs that matched the era's love for earthy tones and natural textures. Seeing one now might remind you of family gatherings where dipping food into warm, melted butter was the highlight of the meal. Crock-Pot slow cookers. Crock-Pot slow cookers revolutionized kitchens in the 1970s, offering a convenient way to prepare hearty meals with minimal effort. As more families had both parents working, the Crock-Pot became the perfect solution for busy households. You could throw in your ingredients in the morning, let it simmer all day, and come home to a fully cooked stew, roast, or chili by dinner time. Rival, the company behind the Crock-Pot, made it a household name, and soon these slow cookers were everywhere. You probably remember seeing a crock-pot bubbling away on the counter, filling the house with the delicious smell of dinner. It was an essential part of the 70s kitchen, with its ceramic pot nestled inside a colorful, often patterned outer shell. Whether you were cooking for a family gathering or just making a simple meal, the crock-pot made it easy. The convenience of the slow cooker helped change the way people approached meal preparation, turning it into a set-it-and-forget-it task. It allowed families to enjoy comforting, home-cooked meals without spending hours in the kitchen. If you ever owned one, you likely still remember the aroma that would greet you as you walked through the door after a long day. Jell-O molds. Jell-O molds were a beloved fixture in 1970s kitchens, often making appearances at family dinners, parties, and potlucks. These colorful, gelatin-based creations came in all shapes and sizes, thanks to the variety of molds that were available. Everything from bundt pan styles to more intricate floral or geometric designs. Whether filled with fruit, marshmallows, or even vegetables, Jell-O salads were a quirky, fun way to add something sweet or savory to the table. You probably remember the excitement of seeing a wobbly, jewel-toned Jell-O mold brought out for dessert. The bright colors and sometimes daring combinations made these dishes the talk of the dinner table. You could find Jell-O molds in almost any grocery store, and the variety of flavors meant you could get creative with your combinations. From strawberry with whipped cream to lime with pineapple chunks, the possibilities were endless. For many, these molds were a nostalgic nod to the creativity and whimsy of 70s cooking. They were easy to make and became a centerpiece at many family gatherings. Seeing one today can transport you right back to a time when gelatin desserts weren't just for kids. They were for everyone, and they were everywhere. Canisters for flour and sugar. Decorative canisters for flour, sugar, and other dry goods were a staple in 1970s kitchens. These practical yet stylish containers sat proudly on countertops, keeping kitchen essentials within arm's reach. Often made of ceramic, glass, or metal, and decorated with floral patterns or bold, earthy colors like orange, brown, and harvest gold, these canisters added a touch of personality to the kitchen. Popular brands like Tupperware or Anchor Hawking offered sets that many families used for years. Do you remember seeing a matching set of canisters lined up on the counter, each one labeled for sugar, flour, or coffee? They were both decorative and functional, helping to keep ingredients fresh while adding to the overall aesthetic of the kitchen. These canisters were often part of wedding gifts or housewarming presents, making them common in homes across the country. The cheerful designs and bright colors of these canisters helped bring life to kitchens, and many people enjoyed coordinating them with other kitchen decor. If you had a set, it likely saw years of use, with flour and sugar scooped out for countless meals and baking sessions. Today, they evoke a sense of warmth and nostalgia, reminding us of the hominess of 70s kitchens. CorningWare dishes. CorningWare dishes were a must-have in 1970s kitchens, known for their versatility and durability. These heat-resistant glass ceramic dishes, often adorned with floral patterns like the iconic blue cornflower or pastel wildflowers, were used for everything from baking casseroles to serving dinner straight from the oven. CorningWare became a household name, and many families relied on these dishes for everyday cooking and entertaining. You probably remember pulling a bubbling casserole out of the oven, the CorningWare dish perfectly retaining its heat as it was placed directly on the dining table. Whether you were making a lasagna or a simple baked chicken dish, these sturdy, all-purpose dishes made cooking easy. And the best part, they were microwave and dishwasher safe, a big convenience in the evolving kitchens of the 70s. Many families bought their CorningWare from department stores or received it as a wedding gift. The durability of these dishes meant that they often lasted for decades, passed down from one generation to the next. If you had a set, you probably still have a few pieces today, evoking memories of family dinners, potlucks, and the comforting meals shared around the kitchen table. Microwave egg cookers. Microwave egg cookers were one of those quirky, innovative gadgets that became popular in the 1970s, offering a quick and easy way to cook eggs in the microwave. These small plastic containers, often shaped like an egg, were designed to poach, scramble, or even fry eggs with just a few minutes of microwave time. As microwaves became a standard kitchen appliance during the decade, these egg cookers quickly found their place in many homes, promising a fast breakfast without the mess of pans and stovetops. You probably remember using one of these to make a quick breakfast before heading out the door. They were especially convenient for busy mornings, and you could easily pick one up at a local department store like Sears, or even find them in catalogs. With minimal cleanup, they became a go-to tool for those looking to streamline their kitchen routines. Though not everyone embraced cooking eggs in the microwave, for those who did, these little gadgets were a lifesaver, offering a modern, time-saving solution. Seeing one today might remind you of the early days of microwave cooking, when every new gadget seemed like the future of kitchen convenience. Refrigerator water pitchers. Refrigerator water pitchers were a common sight in 1970s kitchens, designed to fit snugly inside the fridge door for easy access to cold water at any time. These pitchers, often made of durable plastic and sometimes glass, featured lids that helped keep water fresh and were a far cry from the bottled water we use today. They came in various colors and styles, but the functionality remained the same, keeping your water cold and refreshing. You probably remember pulling one of these pitchers from the fridge on a hot day, pouring a glass of cool water without the need for ice. They were especially useful in homes without built-in water dispensers, making them a practical item found in almost every kitchen. You could find them at stores like Kmart or Woolworths, and they were often bought alongside matching kitchen sets. These pitchers weren't just for water either. Many families used them for iced tea, lemonade, or even juice. The convenience and simplicity made them a beloved part of everyday life. Seeing one today brings back memories of summer afternoons, cold drinks, and a time when kitchen gadgets were all about practicality. Popcorn makers. Popcorn makers were a fun and practical addition to 1970s kitchens, especially for families who loved movie nights at home. Before microwave popcorn became the norm, these small countertop machines would pop kernels into fluffy, hot popcorn, creating an experience that was both delicious and entertaining. Many popcorn makers were air poppers, which didn't require oil, making them a healthier option. Brands like Presto or West Bend offered models that were affordable and easily available at department stores. Do you remember the excitement of watching the kernels pop and hearing that satisfying pop 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 sound? It wasn't just about the popcorn itself. It was the ritual of gathering around the machine, watching the lid slowly fill with popcorn until it overflowed into the bowl. You could top it with melted butter, salt, or other seasonings, and it quickly became a family favorite for TV nights or weekend treats. Popcorn makers were a key part of the 70s home entertainment experience. They were often a permanent fixture on kitchen counters, ready to deliver fresh, hot popcorn at a moment's notice. Looking at one now, it's easy to remember how such a simple gadget brought so much joy to family gatherings and cozy nights in. Pressure cookers. Pressure cookers were a game changer in 1970s kitchens, allowing home cooks to prepare hearty meals in a fraction of the time. These sturdy metal pots used high-pressure steam to cook everything from stews to vegetables quickly and efficiently. Brands like Presto and Miro were popular choices, and many families relied on their trusty pressure cooker to whip up meals after a busy day. If you owned one, you probably remember the distinctive hissing sound it made as it built up steam, and the little rocking valve on top was always a source of fascination. Despite their somewhat intimidating nature, pressure cookers were a staple for home chefs who wanted to save time while still making nutritious home-cooked meals. You could find them in department stores, and they were often included in wedding registries or passed down through families. Pressure cookers became especially popular for making tender meats and soups in a hurry, and their durability meant they lasted for years. Though they required some care and attention, once you got the hang of it, they became indispensable. Hearing that familiar hiss today likely brings back memories of family dinners, warm stews, and the practicality of 1970s home cooking. Ice crushers. Ice crushers were a popular kitchen gadget in the 1970s, perfect for making crushed ice for cocktails, sodas, and party drinks. Whether manual or electric, these devices were often found on kitchen counters or tucked away in a cabinet, ready to churn out ice for family gatherings and summer parties. Brands like Oster and Rival produced both hand crank and motorized versions, making it easy to prepare icy drinks on hot days. You probably remember the sound of ice cubes being ground into tiny, refreshing pieces as you prepared lemonade or a soda float. These ice crushers were especially popular for cocktail parties, where crushed ice was an essential ingredient for everything from daiquiris to margaritas. Many homes had a dedicated space for it, and it was a go-to gadget for entertaining guests. Crushing ice might seem like a simple task today, but back then, having an ice crusher added a bit of luxury and convenience to the kitchen. If you had one of these machines, you likely used it regularly for family drinks and special occasions. Seeing one now can instantly bring back memories of summer gatherings, fizzy sodas, and that unmistakable sound of ice being crushed to perfection. Electric can openers. Electric can openers were a symbol of modern convenience in the 1970s, making a once manual task as easy as the push of a button. These countertop gadgets, from brands like Hamilton Beach and Sunbeam, were designed to open cans effortlessly, saving time and making meal prep smoother. Most homes had one sitting right next to the stove or on the kitchen counter, ready to open cans of vegetables, soups, or fruit with minimal effort. You probably remember the satisfying hum as the can opener rotated the lid off in one smooth motion. No more struggling with manual openers. Electric can openers were especially helpful for busy parents or anyone looking to streamline dinner preparation. The compact design and durable build made them a long-lasting fixture in many kitchens, and they often came with a built-in bottle opener, adding to their utility. For many, this gadget was an essential part of their kitchen routine. Whether you were preparing a family meal or stocking up the pantry, the electric can opener made things just a little bit easier, fitting perfectly with the 70s push for modern kitchen appliances that promised to save time and effort. Recipe card boxes. Recipe card boxes were an essential kitchen item in the 1970s, keeping beloved family recipes organized and within arm's reach. These boxes, often made of wood, metal, or plastic, were filled with handwritten or typed recipe cards, passed down through generations or exchanged between friends. They were usually kept on the kitchen counter or tucked away in a drawer, ready to help you whip up a favorite casserole, pie, or side dish. Do you remember flipping through your recipe card box looking for that one perfect dish for a family dinner or holiday meal? These boxes often had dividers to separate appetizers, main courses, and desserts, making it easy to find exactly what you needed. Many people decorated their recipe cards with colorful borders or cute illustrations, adding a personal touch to the kitchen. Recipe card boxes weren't just about cooking, they were about preserving family traditions and memories. Each card told a story, whether it was passed down from a grandmother or scribbled down after a friend shared a favorite dish. Even today, many families still have these cherished boxes, filled with recipes that remind them of the flavors and gatherings of the past. Spice racks. Spice racks were a familiar sight in 1970s kitchens, offering a practical yet decorative way to store essential seasonings. Whether mounted on the wall or sitting on the counter, these racks held small glass or plastic jars filled with spices like paprika, oregano, and cinnamon. Popular brands like McCormick even sold spice sets that came with their own racks, making it easy to organize and access your spices for cooking. Do you remember reaching for the spice rack while preparing a favorite family recipe? These racks often came in wood, metal, or plastic, and were sometimes styled to match the earth tones and natural materials popular in 70s decor. Some racks spun on a lazy Susan, while others were tiered and mounted on the wall, adding a functional yet stylish element to the kitchen. For many home cooks, spice racks were more than just a storage solution. They were a reflection of the growing interest in cooking with a variety of flavors. Having a well-stocked spice rack made it easy to experiment with new recipes or add a little extra flair to your go-to meals. Seeing one now might remind you of the vibrant scents and flavors that filled the kitchens of the 1970s. Countertop fryers. Countertop fryers were a popular kitchen appliance in the 1970s, perfect for making crispy fries, fried chicken, and other golden brown treats right at home. These compact deep fryers, made by brands like Fry Daddy and Presto, allowed home cooks to recreate the fried foods they loved from restaurants without leaving the kitchen. They were small enough to fit on the countertop, making them convenient for everyday use. You might remember the familiar sizzle as you lowered food into the hot oil, waiting for it to reach that perfect level of crispiness. These fryers were a hit during family dinners and gatherings, especially when it came to preparing comfort foods like onion rings, fried shrimp, or donuts. The ability to make fried foods at home quickly turned countertop fryers into a must-have item. Though cleanup could sometimes be a bit of a hassle, the fryer's quick cooking time and delicious results made it worth the effort. For many, it was the centerpiece of weekend meals or special occasions. Seeing one today can bring back memories of the comforting smell of fried foods wafting through the kitchen, creating a sense of home and warmth. Pyrex measuring cups. Pyrex measuring cups were an indispensable part of 1970s kitchens, known for their durability and versatility. Made from heat-resistant glass, these measuring cups could handle everything from boiling water to mixing cake batter. They came in various sizes, with bright red measurement markings that made them easy to read. Pyrex's reputation for long-lasting, high-quality kitchenware made these measuring cups a staple in nearly every home. You probably remember using a Pyrex cup to measure out ingredients for recipes. Whether you were baking cookies or preparing a family meal, these cups were especially handy because they could go from mixing to microwaving to serving without the need to switch containers. They were often passed down from one generation to the next, becoming a reliable part of the cooking routine. Many families still have their trusty Pyrex measuring cups in use today, a testament to their lasting quality. Seeing one might remind you of the countless meals and baking sessions shared with family when precise measurements were key to creating something delicious. It's one of those kitchen tools that has truly stood the test of time. Plastic dish drying racks. Plastic dish drying racks were a fixture in 1970s kitchens, taking up space next to the sink as they held freshly washed dishes, glasses, and silverware. These racks were typically made from durable, brightly colored plastic and came with sections for plates, cups, and utensils. While dishwashers were becoming more common in homes, many families still relied on these racks for their daily dish drying needs. Do you remember stacking plates in the drying rack after washing the dinner dishes? The plastic design made them lightweight and easy to clean, and the bright colors, often matching other kitchen appliances, added a bit of cheer to an otherwise mundane task. These racks were affordable and widely available at stores like Woolworths or Kmart, making them a common sight in households across the country. For many, the dish drying rack symbolized the end of a family meal when everyone pitched in to clean up. It was a simple, practical tool that was part of everyday kitchen life. Seeing one today might bring back memories of drying dishes by hand, a task that, though repetitive, was often shared and filled with casual conversation after a meal. Manual coffee grinders. Manual coffee grinders were a common kitchen tool in the 1970s, particularly for those who appreciated a fresh cup of coffee made from hand-ground beans. These grinders, often made of wood with a crank handle and metal grinding mechanism, allowed coffee lovers to grind their beans just before brewing, ensuring maximum flavor. They were a stylish addition to the kitchen and a nod to the growing appreciation for artisanal coffee. You might remember the ritual of cranking the handle as the beans were crushed, filling the kitchen with the rich aroma of freshly ground coffee. The process took a bit of effort compared to today's electric grinders, but for many, it was worth it. These grinders were often passed down through families or purchased at specialty shops, adding a vintage charm to the kitchen. Manual coffee grinders weren't just about the coffee, they were about the experience. The act of grinding your own beans created a deeper connection to the drink, making the morning cup of coffee feel like a special treat. Seeing one now might bring back memories of quiet mornings, the smell of coffee in the air, and the simple pleasure of a perfectly brewed cup. Cast iron skillets. Cast iron skillets were a kitchen essential in the 1970s, prized for their durability and versatility. These heavy-duty pans could be used on the stovetop, in the oven, or even over a campfire, making them a go-to tool for everything from frying bacon to baking cornbread. Passed down through generations, cast iron skillets were known for their ability to retain heat and develop a natural, non-stick surface over time with proper seasoning. If you had a cast iron skillet in your kitchen, you probably remember it being used for a variety of meals, from breakfast to dinner. These skillets were often the first piece of cookware someone received when starting out, and they lasted a lifetime, if not longer. Whether you were searing meat or making a crispy-edged fried egg, the cast iron skillet was a trusted companion in the kitchen. Though they required a bit more care than other pans, like regular seasoning and avoiding soap, those who used them swore by their performance. Seeing one today can bring back memories of home-cooked meals shared around the family table, with a skillet sizzling on the stove, ready to serve up something delicious. Tupperware storage sets. Tupperware storage sets were a hallmark of 1970s kitchens, representing both convenience and innovation in food storage. These colorful plastic containers, often with airtight lids, became indispensable for storing leftovers, prepping meals, or packing lunches. Tupperware parties, where friends and neighbors gathered to buy the latest designs, were a common social event, making these containers a staple in nearly every home. Do you remember the distinct pop sound of sealing a Tupperware lid, knowing your food would stay fresh for days? These sets came in a variety of sizes, perfect for everything from storing soup to stashing snacks. The bright colors, often in shades of orange, avocado green, and mustard yellow, matched the vibrant kitchen trends of the time. Tupperware wasn't just practical, it was a symbol of modern homemaking. Owning a set meant you were up to date with the latest in kitchen technology, and many families had entire cupboards dedicated to their Tupperware collection. Seeing these containers today can instantly evoke memories of packed lunches, leftovers from family dinners, and the excitement of opening a fresh Tupperware set at a home party. Egg coddlers. Egg coddlers were a unique and somewhat fancy addition to 1970s kitchens, designed to make perfectly cooked, soft-boiled eggs. These small porcelain or glass containers with a lid were used to coddle eggs by submerging the coddler into boiling water. Brands like Royal Worcester made beautifully decorated egg coddlers, often featuring floral or wildlife designs, which added a touch of elegance to breakfast time. If you had one, you likely remember cracking an egg into the coddler, adding some seasoning, and letting it cook gently in simmering water. It was a more refined way to prepare eggs, and the end result was always a smooth, creamy consistency that couldn't quite be replicated with traditional boiling methods. Egg coddlers were often seen as a step up from everyday egg cups, making them a cherished item in more formal kitchens. Though they weren't as common as other kitchen tools, egg coddlers brought a sense of sophistication to the breakfast table. Seeing one today might take you back to weekend breakfasts where time wasn't rushed, and enjoying a perfectly coddled egg felt like a small luxury amidst the busy pace of life. Melamine dinnerware. Melamine dinnerware was a popular choice for 1970s kitchens, known for being lightweight, durable, and available in a variety of vibrant colors and patterns. These unbreakable plates, bowls, and cups were perfect for casual family meals or outdoor picnics, offering a practical alternative to heavier, more fragile ceramic dishes. Brands like Melmac and Texas Ware produced many of the colorful sets found in households, often in trendy shades of orange, yellow, and avocado green. You probably remember setting the table with these brightly colored plates, especially for family dinners or backyard barbecues. The smooth, glossy finish made them easy to clean, while their resistance to chipping and breaking made them a favorite for homes with kids. Melamine dinnerware was commonly found in department stores and sold in complete sets, making it a go-to for families looking for affordable yet stylish kitchenware. The fun designs and practicality of Melamine made it a hit during the 70s, and though it has faded from many kitchens, spotting a piece today might remind you of the simple joys of family meals and carefree summer picnics. That wraps up our journey through 25 forgotten kitchen items from the 1970s. These nostalgic tools and gadgets might not be common today, but they were once essential parts of everyday life. Do you remember using any of these, or did we miss a favorite from your kitchen? Let us know in the comments below. Ever miss the days when home essentials were built to last a lifetime? In this video, we're diving into 20 forgotten home objects that used to last forever, exploring the classic kitchen tools and sturdy appliances that brought lasting quality to everyday life. Stick around, you might just recognize a few. Sunbeam Mixmaster Hand Mixer. The Sunbeam Mixmaster was a staple in mid-20th century kitchens, a hand mixer built to last through decades of daily use. Known for its rugged durability, many families still have a Mixmaster from the 1950s or 60s that works as well as the day it was bought. Constructed with a solid metal casing, reliable dials, and a powerful motor, the Mixmaster could handle everything from thick batters to delicate meringues without breaking a sweat. This mixer became a favorite due to its simplicity and efficiency. With just 2 speeds, surprisingly versatile for the time, it covered most kitchen needs. The Mixmaster also came with sturdy, chrome-plated beaters that could easily withstand heavy mixing. The body's weight was a bonus, offering stability during use, which modern lightweight mixers sometimes lack. Sunbeam also released optional attachments like a juicer and meat grinder, making the Mixmaster a true all-in-one kitchen tool. Beyond function, the Mixmaster had a charmingly retro design that added character to the kitchen. Its classic Art Deco curves and bold, straightforward branding made it instantly recognizable. General Electric refrigerator from the 1970s. The General Electric refrigerators from the 1970s were icons of home durability and efficiency. Built like tanks, these fridges could last for decades without major issues, which is why some families still have their original GE models chilling away in basements or garages. Known for their sturdy metal exterior, these refrigerators featured heavy doors with magnetic seals that closed with a satisfying click, a far cry from today's lightweight models. These fridges often had unique color options like avocado green, harvest gold, and burnt orange that became household staples in the 70s. Inside, they offered surprisingly spacious shelving with adjustable compartments that could handle everything from large pots to stacks of leftovers. A built-in freezer compartment was standard, and it was powerful enough to keep items frozen solid for months. The iconic frost-free feature introduced by GE in these models saved countless hours of defrosting time, which was a huge innovation for the time. The mechanical reliability of these refrigerators was impressive. With minimal electronics, the GE fridge was purely mechanical, meaning fewer parts to break down. This made them easy to repair and kept them running smoothly for years. Singer sewing machine. The Singer sewing machine was a household essential, often passed down through generations for its durability and craftsmanship. Known for its cast iron body and intricate designs, a Singer could easily last a lifetime, stitching anything from delicate fabrics to heavy-duty materials without a hitch. Many of these machines from the early to mid-1900s are still fully operational today, often cherished as heirlooms by families who remember watching mothers and grandmothers sewing clothes, quilts, and even upholstery. This iconic machine came with a foot pedal and hand crank options, giving users full control over the speed and precision of each stitch. Singer also introduced convenient add-ons like buttonhole attachments, turning the sewing machine into a versatile tool capable of handling all types of garment needs. With each model, Singer innovated without compromising the simplicity of design, and owners took pride in maintaining their machines with regular oiling and adjustments. Aside from its practicality, the Singer machine was known for its beautiful design. With delicate engravings and often accompanied by a wooden cabinet, it brought a touch of artistry to every home. For many, the gentle hum of a Singer sewing machine remains a nostalgic memory of watching loved ones create pieces with care and skill. Hoover Constellation Vacuum Cleaner. The Hoover Constellation Vacuum Cleaner was more than just a cleaning tool, it was a piece of space-age design brought into the home. First introduced in the 1950s, this vacuum had a unique, futuristic look with its round, floating body that seemed to defy gravity. Unlike traditional upright models, the Constellation didn't roll, but instead hovered on a cushion of air, making it light and easy to maneuver around furniture and into hard-to-reach corners. Its durable metal casing and powerful motor made it a staple in households for years. With a simple switch and just a few attachments, it could clean various surfaces, from carpets to curtains. The Constellation came with a retractable hose and dust bag system that was easy to replace, features considered high-tech at the time. In classic retro shades like powder blue and pastel pink, the Hoover Constellation added a touch of style to any cleaning routine. Beyond aesthetics, it represented innovation and reliability, with a design sturdy enough to withstand decades of use. Many who grew up in the 50s and 60s remember the comforting hum of the Constellation as a sound of clean homes and tidy Saturday mornings. Bell System Rotary Dial Telephones. The Bell System Rotary Dial Telephone was a household fixture that stood the test of time, practically indestructible and instantly recognizable with its heavy handset and round dial. Known for its solid metal and Bakelite construction, these phones were designed to last decades, with parts that rarely wore out even after years of daily use. Their weight made them stable on any surface, and the coiled cord was durable enough to survive countless stretches and tugs. Rotary dial phones worked by sending electric pulses as each number was dialed. This satisfying click-click sound with each rotation is a nostalgic memory for many, marking the slow and deliberate process of dialing a phone number in a way that feels almost ceremonial by today's standards. Unlike modern phones, these were simple to use, with no screen, apps, or unnecessary features, just a reliable line for voice communication. With iconic models in classic black, beige, and even bold colors like red, these phones became a design statement in the home. The Bell System rotary phone wasn't just a tool, but a centerpiece for family communication, a place where messages were shared, calls were made with purpose, and life slowed down, if only for a few moments. Chrome Toastmaster Toaster. The Chrome Toastmaster Toaster was a kitchen classic, built to last and instantly recognizable with its shiny chrome-plated exterior. These toasters, popular from the 1940s through the 60s, were built with solid metal bodies and simple mechanics that could withstand years of daily use. With a robust lever and dial, the Toastmaster offered an even, reliable toast that was golden brown perfection, all without the need for complicated settings. A signature feature was the adjustable browning control, a relatively new convenience back then, which allowed users to choose their preferred level of crispness, a feature many families took pride in perfecting. The slots were wide enough for thick slices of bread or even bagels, and the heating elements inside were crafted to last, rarely needing repair or replacement. Maintenance was simple, just empty the crumb tray occasionally, and this toaster would keep going strong. Aside from its functionality, the Toastmaster's Art Deco-inspired design brought a touch of elegance to the countertop. It wasn't uncommon to see these toasters passed down through generations, a kitchen staple in households where breakfast wasn't complete without the comforting pop of toast, perfectly browned each time. Vintage metal box fan. The vintage metal box fan, a staple from the 1950s and 60s, was built to withstand both the test of time and the hottest summer days. With its heavy metal casing and durable blades, this fan was known for its powerful airflow and longevity. Many homes relied on these box fans long before air conditioning was common, positioning them in windows to draw in cool night air or circulate a refreshing breeze through the entire house. Unlike today's plastic fans, these models were constructed almost entirely from steel, giving them a sturdy weight that kept them stable on any surface. The blades, also metal, were robust and reliable, spinning smoothly even after decades of use. The fan had simple controls, usually just a few speed options, but that was all it needed. Some of these models even featured grills that swiveled or louvers to direct airflow, a major innovation for the time. The hum of a vintage box fan was often a comforting backdrop during warm summer nights, lulling people to sleep as it filled rooms with a steady breeze. For many, that soft whirring sound is still synonymous with a simpler, cooler way to beat the summer heat. Farberware Percolator Coffee Maker. The Farberware Percolator Coffee Maker was a morning essential, brewing coffee with a rich aroma that filled the entire house. Made from sturdy stainless steel, this percolator was built to last, with a design that hadn't changed much from the 1930s through the 70s, making it a timeless kitchen staple. Its robust metal body and simple electric mechanism ensured it could brew countless cups of coffee without breaking down, a quality rare in today's coffee makers. This percolator worked by cycling boiling water through a central tube, percolating over the coffee grounds repeatedly until reaching the perfect strength. Its clear glass knob on top was a signature feature, allowing users to see the coffee bubble as it brewed, a small but enjoyable ritual. The Farberware percolator also featured an automatic keep warm function, which was ahead of its time, keeping coffee hot for hours without burning it. Known for producing a bold, strong brew, the Farberware percolator held a special place in many households. Its familiar hum was the sound of mornings spent in quiet routines or family gatherings, making it much more than just a coffee maker. It was part of the start of every day. Maytag Wringer Washer. The Maytag Wringer Washer was an iconic laundry room fixture from the early to mid-20th century, known for its solid metal construction and incredible durability. Before the days of automatic washers, the Wringer Washer was the go-to for families wanting clean clothes and sheets without a trip to the laundromat. This heavy-duty machine came with a large open tub where clothes were agitated by a motor-driven paddle, removing dirt and grime with impressive effectiveness. The Wringer, a hand crank or motorized set of rollers mounted on top, squeezed out water from clothes, eliminating the need for heavy lifting and wringing by hand. This feature was both a time saver and a labor saver, although many users were cautioned to keep their fingers clear of the powerful rollers. Maytag's Wringer washers were beloved not only for their reliability, but for their simple design, which made them easy to repair if ever needed. Some models even had rollers that could pivot, letting users direct the wrung-out water to a separate basin. With its signature sound and dependable, no-frills design, the Maytag Wringer washer was a fixture in countless homes, often recalled as a key part of family laundry routines for generations. Philco Tube Radio. The Philco Tube Radio was a beloved household staple from the 1930s through the 50s, known for its warm sound and beautiful craftsmanship. Made from rich wood, bakelite, or even metal casings, these radios were not just appliances, but centerpiece items in living rooms, kitchens, and even bedrooms. Families would gather around the Philco radio for evening broadcasts, music shows, and news updates, making it a focal point of daily life. Unlike today's digital devices, the Philco used vacuum tubes to amplify sound, creating a unique, rich audio quality that many still remember fondly. The dials and tuning knobs had a certain heft to them, allowing for precise tuning and creating a satisfying click with each adjustment. Philco offered various models, some with built-in record players, making it a versatile piece of equipment. The distinctive designs, from the cathedral-style shapes of the 1930s to the streamlined models of the 50s, were instantly recognizable. These radios weren't just functional, they added charm and character to any room. For many, the soft glow of the tubes and the hum of the Philco radio are nostalgic reminders of an era where families connected over shared broadcasts and simple, enjoyable routines. General Electric iron. The General Electric iron was a household necessity known for its sturdy build and reliability. First popularized in the mid-20th century, these irons were made with heavy, durable metal that ensured even heat distribution, making them ideal for pressing everything from delicate linens to heavy cottons and wool. Unlike today's lightweight irons, the GE model had a significant weight, which allowed users to achieve a crisp press with minimal effort. No need for repeated passes over the same spot. Equipped with a simple temperature-controlled dial, these irons allowed for precise adjustments, catering to a range of fabrics. Many models included a water reservoir for steam, a luxury feature at the time, adding extra moisture to tough wrinkles without risking scorching the fabric. The iron's design was straightforward, with a long, durable cord and a comfortable, heat-resistant handle. These irons were practically indestructible and easy to maintain, with many owners simply polishing the sole plate and occasionally replacing the cord if needed. For many, the familiar smell of warm metal and steam from a General Electric iron brings back memories of pressed school uniforms and weekend chores, a testament to the quality and durability that defined this classic household tool. Swing Away Can Opener. The Swing Away Can Opener, first introduced in the 1950s, was a kitchen staple known for its exceptional durability and effortless operation. Made of solid steel, this can opener was designed to last, with smooth turning gears and a solid grip that made opening cans a breeze. Unlike many modern openers, the Swing Away was built to be hand cranked and didn't require much strength to operate, making it a go-to tool in kitchens for decades. Its comfortable rubberized handles and easy to turn crank meant that anyone could use it with ease, from kids helping with dinner prep to older family members who appreciated its ergonomic design. A small magnet was often included to lift the can lid safely, a thoughtful feature that prevented cuts and spills. It was also straightforward to clean, which kept it looking like new even after years of use. The Swing Away was simple yet dependable, with a design that didn't break down or wear out easily. For many, it was an essential part of family meals, from opening soup cans to getting ready for outdoor cookouts. The nostalgic click of this opener is a small yet comforting sound, bringing back memories of meals prepared with love and the sturdy tools that help make them. RCA console television. The RCA console television was a centerpiece of family living rooms in the 1950s and 60s, known for its high-quality wooden cabinetry and the immersive experience it provided. With a solid wood exterior that resembled fine furniture, these TVs were large, heavy, and built to last, often doubling as stylish decor. The cabinet designs varied from mid-century modern to more ornate styles, making each RCA television a unique fixture in the home. Equipped with a cathode ray tube, the RCA console TV offered a black and white picture and later color in advanced models, with an image clarity that was cutting edge for its time. Unlike today's remote-controlled devices, adjusting an RCA console required getting up to turn the manual dials, tuning the channels, and adjusting volume. Some models even included rabbit ear antennas to improve signal reception, a nostalgic feature for many. The television's warm glow and soft hum filled the room, creating an intimate atmosphere for family gatherings. Watching classic programs, news, and movies on an RCA console became a shared ritual in many households, bonding families through memorable moments. For those who grew up with one, these TVs weren't just appliances. They were part of life's cherished routines, bringing the world into the living room each night. Swingline stapler. The swingline stapler, first introduced in the early 20th century, quickly became a staple, pun intended, in home offices, schools, and workplaces due to its exceptional durability and efficient design. Built from heavy-duty metal, the classic swingline was designed to withstand years of use, often outlasting most other office supplies. Unlike many of today's plastic alternatives, the swingline stapler could handle thick stacks of paper without jamming, making it a favorite for families who needed reliable office tools at home. One of its signature features was the easy top-loading mechanism, which allowed for quick and hassle-free staple refills. The base of the stapler often included a rubber pad, keeping it stable on desks and preventing scratches on surfaces. Swingline even released various models, some with a sleek chrome finish, which added a bit of style to any workspace. In many homes, the swingline stapler wasn't just an office tool, it became part of everyday tasks, from helping kids with school projects to organizing important documents. The familiar thunk sound it made when securing papers together is a small detail that many remember fondly, symbolizing a time when everyday items were built to last and quality was a standard rather than an exception. Westinghouse electric fan. The Westinghouse electric fan was a summertime staple in many homes from the 1920s through the 60s, known for its heavy metal frame, durable blades, and powerful cooling ability. These fans were built to last, with solid metal casings and brass or steel blades that created a robust airflow, perfect for keeping rooms cool long before air conditioning was common in households. Unlike today's plastic models, the Westinghouse fan was sturdy, and thanks to its weight, stayed firmly in place even on the highest setting. The design was simple but effective, with a straightforward dial to adjust the speed and sometimes an oscillation feature, which was considered advanced technology at the time. Many models were stylishly crafted with chrome or brass finishes, making them as much a piece of home decor as they were functional appliances. The gentle hum and breeze from a Westinghouse fan often filled the home, especially during summer nights when it doubled as white noise to help with sleep. For many, these fans represent an era when appliances were built with care, meant to serve families for decades. The sight, sound, and even the slight metallic smell of a running Westinghouse fan evokes memories of simpler days spent trying to beat the heat. Pyrex glass baking dishes. Pyrex glass baking dishes became kitchen essentials in the 1940s and 50s, known for their incredible durability and versatility. Made from borosilicate glass, these dishes were heat resistant and could handle drastic temperature changes, making them perfect for everything from baking casseroles to roasting vegetables. Unlike metal or ceramic options, Pyrex dishes were transparent, allowing home cooks to keep an eye on their creations as they baked, a feature many found both practical and comforting. Pyrex dishes came in a variety of sizes and shapes, from rectangular baking pans to round pie dishes and loaf pans, each one designed to last a lifetime. They were also remarkably easy to clean and didn't retain odors or stains, making them ideal for everyday use. The sturdy glass was almost unbreakable and, with proper care, could withstand years of baking, freezing, and reheating. In addition to their functionality, Pyrex dishes became iconic for their colorful patterns and designs, especially the popular floral and geometric motifs introduced in the 60s and 70s. For many, Pyrex baking dishes hold memories of family dinners, holiday meals, and recipes passed down through generations, a simple yet cherished part of family traditions that truly stood the test of time. Kenmore stand mixer. The Kenmore stand mixer was a beloved kitchen powerhouse in the mid-20th century, offering durability and versatility that made it a cherished item in many households. Built with a heavy metal body and a powerful motor, this mixer could handle everything from thick bread dough to light, airy meringues. Unlike smaller hand mixers, the Kenmore stand mixer had a stable, weighted base, allowing it to tackle challenging recipes without budging an inch on the countertop. With multiple speeds and sturdy, chrome-plated beaters, the mixer provided precise control, making it ideal for both delicate and heavy-duty baking tasks. Many models included attachments for tasks like kneading dough or whipping cream, which turned it into an all-in-one kitchen tool. These mixers were often handed down from one generation to the next, and with regular maintenance, they seemed almost indestructible. The Kenmore's classic, streamlined design fit well in any kitchen, and its presence often signaled a love for home baking. For many, the sound of the Kenmore mixer whirring in the kitchen brings back memories of family baking days, homemade bread rising on the counter, and a time when cooking was a shared, cherished tradition. Ecco Potato Masher. The Ecco Potato Masher was a simple yet indispensable tool in mid-century kitchens, known for its robust, all-metal construction and ergonomic handle. This sturdy masher, often crafted from stainless steel, had a wide, flat mashing plate with carefully spaced holes that made it easy to create smooth, fluffy mashed potatoes without needing extra gadgets. Unlike plastic mashers, the Ecco's metal body could withstand years of use without warping or bending, even under heavy pressure. Its comfortable handle, often coated in a soft rubber grip, allowed for a firm, controlled hold, making it a favorite for everything from mashing potatoes to pureeing soft vegetables. The straightforward, no-nonsense design required no assembly or upkeep, so it was ready whenever needed. Its versatility extended beyond mashed potatoes, making it ideal for preparing other classics like applesauce or guacamole. For many, the Ecco Potato Masher brings back memories of family dinners and holiday feasts when mashed potatoes were a must-have on the table. This dependable, fuss-free tool stood by for generations, embodying a time when cooking was both simple and satisfying, with tools that didn't require replacing year after year. CorningWare casserole dishes. CorningWare casserole dishes became a kitchen icon in the 1950s, known for their unique durability and sleek white design adorned with blue cornflower patterns. Made from pyroceram, a special ceramic glass material originally developed for missile nose cones. These dishes could withstand extreme temperature changes, making them oven to table to freezer safe, a revolutionary concept at the time. CorningWare's versatility allowed families to bake, broil, freeze, and reheat without needing multiple dishes. The sturdy, non-porous surface made them resistant to stains and odors, meaning they always look clean and fresh even after years of use. These dishes came with matching glass or plastic lids, making storage easy and extending their usefulness even further. Beyond their practicality, CorningWare dishes became beloved fixtures in family kitchens, often passed down from one generation to the next. For many, the sight of a CorningWare dish brings memories of shared meals, hearty casseroles, and family gatherings where these reliable dishes held everything from lasagna to layered desserts. They weren't just functional, they were part of the heart of the home, filled with recipes and traditions that have stood the test of time, just like the dishes themselves. Revere Ware Copper Bottom Cookware. Revere Ware Copper Bottom Cookware was a mid-century favorite in American kitchens, celebrated for its exceptional heat distribution and classic design. Introduced in the late 1930s, these pots and pans featured stainless steel construction with a distinctive copper layer on the bottom, combining durability with even cooking capabilities. The copper bottom design helped heat spread more uniformly, making these pans perfect for delicate sauces, soups, and stews. With their shiny stainless steel exteriors and warm copper bottoms, Revere Ware pans quickly became recognizable. The ergonomic heat-resistant handles provided a secure, comfortable grip which home cooks loved. Revere Ware also offered a range of sizes, from small saucepans to large stock pots, allowing families to build complete cookware sets that could last for generations. Many remember the satisfying ritual of polishing the copper bottoms to keep them gleaming, a task that became part of the cookware's charm. Revere Ware was not just cookware, it was a trusted companion in the kitchen, ready for everything from simple meals to holiday feasts. For those who grew up with Revere Ware, these pans symbolize a time when cooking was about quality, care, and meals made to bring people together. We've explored 20 timeless home essentials that stood the test of time, each designed with durability and charm that made them unforgettable. From classic kitchen tools to dependable appliances, these items were more than just household staples. They were part of family traditions. Which one do you miss the most?